Hey, what's going on guys? I'm Silent Core and I never really realized what my gaming setup was missing until I got one of these. Check this out. Boom. So this is the RGB Gaming Desk from Ewin Racing. This company is actually mostly known for their racing gaming chairs. I'm sure you guys have seen basically every gaming YouTuber using one of these at this point. But they also actually do a really cool gaming desk. So this video is going to be basically an unboxing and a review of this gamer desk. Let's get started. So as you can see, my styrofoam had a slight explosion in transit. It is now everywhere, so we're definitely going to have to do some hoovering up after this one. Alright, so this is the desk all built up. As you see, my floor is such a mess with all that styrofoam that was in the packaging. But all the wires have now been connected, so they all kind of go under here. There's also a little kind of cable rack in here you can hide these away in. I was just trying to get everything connected properly. And then all of the lights are basically powered through this one USB cable, so you will need to get your own kind of USB socket to power it. Alright guys, so with the desk set up, let's talk about the basic pros, the cons, and my first impressions, and also the price point of this desk. I've also stuck some of my monitors on here just so you guys can see the kind of scale of what the desk looks like. Alright, so first of all, let's talk about the price. So this is not a cheap desk. This one actually retails around $500 on Ewin Racing. However, there are a couple of pretty hefty sales going on and you guys can save a lot of money. It actually brings the price that you'd pay down to $343, which is quite a bit of savings. So there's a current sale going on right now, and you can also couple that with my own discount code. It's called SILENT. You use it at the checkout page, and that'll save you another almost $100 on your checkout. Next up, let's talk about the cons, and there are a couple to go over. First con is definitely the packaging. I think Ewin Racing really should up their packaging on this product. A lot of the legs especially are metal. They weren't really wrapped properly, so what that meant is in shipping that the legs were actually scraping away at my desk, and there are a few scratches. There's a fairly major scratch down the middle. I'll show you guys what that looks like. And there's also a fairly major chip to the surface, and you know, it's a chip in the sort of carbon fiber front of the desk. And I think a lot of that could really have been avoided with just packaging the product better for shipment. I think judging from the packaging of mine, it had a pretty rough transit on the way to my house also, because that styrofoam was everywhere, literally falling at my hair after I was put this thing together. The next con was the instructions. I definitely found the instructions a bit weird. There was multiple types of screws and they didn't really illustrate which screw was which, so you kind of had to figure it out when you're building it. There was also components included in the package that weren't even included in here that I still haven't used to put the desk together, so I'm not really sure what they were for. And then also the wiring was a wee bit confusing. It didn't really specify what wires were for what or what USB went to where. You just kind of had to figure it out because it wasn't really in the instructions. So with the cons out of the way, let's talk about the pros. First of all, this is a pretty beautiful looking desk. It's the only gaming desk I've ever owned, probably the only one I'll need to own, and it's very sturdy, very well put together. If you guys want your desktop PC sitting up here, it's going to be able to hold it. It's extremely sturdy and well put together desk. If you guys are having a lot of heavy gaming equipment, it's exactly what it's built for. It is, however, a bit on the small side. It's definitely the smallest desk I've ever owned, so unfortunately you're probably not going to be able to fit two medium-sized monitors and also your desktop up here. It's going to be very tight for space, so if you guys have one monitor, you'll probably be able to have room for your desktop PC up there. Otherwise you're going to have to stick it down on the floor. But yeah, visually it's a great looking desk. You also have the control if you ever want to turn the lights on if they get too much for you, or you just want to save some power or whatever. But I do also really like the carbon fiber top to it. This model also comes with a wireless charger. You can sort of fit that in the top there, and it also comes with a USB that you can slide to, and that's also powered by USBs. You can use to sort of hide those cables and charge on top of your desk. The desk also has a control up here where you can basically power on the lights on or off. If you want to save some power, you can also cycle through a whole bunch of different patterns. I'll show you guys some of the different ones they have. Some of them are pretty more mellow, more chilled, depending on what the vibe is of your room. You can also have a solid color, which is kind of nice. So if you might have like a red theme going with your gaming setup, and depending on what kind of color chair you guys have, you might want to switch through the different cycles and have something that kind of fits for your own personal taste. So yeah, that was my overall unboxing and review of the Ewin Racing gaming desk. I'm sure you guys will be seeing it a lot on my channel because it's going to be my new go-to desk for everything gaming and working on the channel. If you guys are interested in picking one up, I'll have a link in the description. As I mentioned, you can use code SILENT to save an additional 20% off in your order, which is going to be a pretty sizable chunk of money. And you can also use that discount code for any of the Ewin Racing gaming chairs, which they're probably more well known for than their gaming desks. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.